In the heart of Russia, beneath the surface of everyday life in the city of Krasnodar, something unimaginable was festering. Quiet streets, old Soviet-style apartment buildings, and neighbors who minded their own business. Everything seemed normal until one accidental discovery peeled back the mask of ordinary life and revealed a nightmare that would shock not just a nation, but the entire world. This is not fiction. This is real. This is the story of the Cannibal Family of Russia. It began in 2017 with a simple, almost forgettable event. A construction worker walking down the street spotted a lost mobile phone on the ground. Curious, he picked it up, hoping to return it to its owner. But what he found inside the photo gallery was something no human being should ever see. There were dozens of images, gruesome, explicit, horrifying. Photographs of dismembered human body parts, plates arranged with flesh and vegetables, and, worst of all, selfies of a man and woman posing with severed heads, smiling like tourists at a picnic. He handed the phone to the police, who quickly traced it back to its owners, a couple named Dmitry and Natalia Baksheev. They lived in a small, outdated apartment nearby. Nothing about them ever stood out. They were quiet, kept to themselves, the type of neighbors you'd forget even lived next door. But the moment police entered their home, the truth was no longer hidden. Inside, officers found a scene straight out of a horror film. Human remains were everywhere. A freezer stuffed with frozen arms and legs, mason jars filled with pickled body parts, and on the kitchen counter a severed human hand, halfway prepared like a meal. There was no attempt to hide it, no effort to destroy evidence. In fact, it looked like this was routine, a part of daily life. The couple was arrested immediately. During interrogation, Natalia confessed without hesitation. Her voice was calm, cold, as if she was talking about what she made for dinner last night. She admitted they had been killing and eating people for years, luring victims using dating apps and online platforms. Mostly women, mostly alone. They'd invite them home, drug them, and then begin the process. Dmitry, on the other hand, tried to appear confused, mentally unstable. He spoke in circles, changed his story, denied, then admitted again. But the evidence was undeniable. Police discovered a collection of photographs dating as far back as 1999. That's over 18 years of possible crimes. Each image more disturbing than the last, bodies in various stages of dismemberment. Victims unidentified. Some photos included notes, dates, names. Others had no context, just silent, grotesque trophies. But it didn't stop there. They also found a handwritten recipe book. Yes, an actual cookbook. Inside were instructions for how to prepare human meat, stews, roasted dishes, fried organs. The handwriting was elegant, neat. This wasn't a crime of desperation or mental illness. This was systematic, planned, rehearsed. They weren't just killers, they were gourmets of death. Reports later revealed that Natalia once worked as a nurse, giving her access to sedatives and experience with anatomy. Dmitry had no formal job. Their income was unclear, but some investigators believe they may have sold human meat disguised as exotic food to black market vendors or unsuspecting buyers. Local authorities were stunned. How could this go unnoticed for so long? How could so many people disappear without answers? They began digging deeper into missing persons cases across southern Russia, comparing photographs, dates, and DNA. The numbers didn't add up. Natalia hinted they were responsible for at least 30 murders. Some experts believe it could be more, many more. But without bodies, without records, and with time erasing clues, it's possible we'll never know the full count of their victims. But here's where the story gets even darker. Investigators began questioning their neighbors, asking if anyone noticed anything suspicious. Most said no, some mentioned odd smells, but chalked it up to bad plumbing or old food. One neighbor said they saw Natalia walking around with a bucket of what looked like bloody rags, but assumed it was medical waste. Another recalled seeing her feeding stray dogs scraps of meat, but didn't question it. That's the most terrifying part of all. Monsters don't always hide in the dark. Sometimes they live right next door. The case became international news. Headlines dubbed them the Cannibal Couple of Krasnodar. Media outlets speculated about satanic cults, secret recipes, even organ trafficking. But the truth was simpler and more chilling. This was pure evil hiding in plain sight. No grand motive, no political agenda, just cold-blooded murder and consumption of human life. Dmitry died in prison under mysterious circumstances before the full trial could begin. Official reports claimed illness, but many suspect and made justice. Natalia was declared mentally unstable and placed in a psychiatric facility. But her testimony, her notebooks, and the photographs remain as horrifying records of what she and her husband did. To this day, authorities are still trying to identify all the victims. Some families may never know what happened to their missing daughters, sisters, or mothers. And that's what makes this story so deeply unsettling. It's not just the violence, it's the ordinary setting, the years of silence, the fact that this could happen anywhere. In your city, on your street, in the apartment across from yours. The Cannibal Family of Russia didn't wear masks. They didn't hide in forests. They shopped at the same markets. They walked among people. They waved hello. And then they killed, cooked, and ate their victims piece by piece. Evil doesn't always look like a monster. Sometimes it looks like a neighbor smiling as they walk by with a grocery bag, and something chilling inside. If this story disturbed you, shocked you, or made you question the safety of the ordinary world, we urge you to like this video, share it, and subscribe to our channel for more real-life crime stories that challenge everything we think we know about human nature. Because sometimes, the truth is far more terrifying than fiction.